What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Please excuse like the blah bland background. I have a new setup, and until I can order and get my new backdrop in, this is what we're working with. If you have not watched the new season Mama June from Not to Hot, Mama June Road to Redemption, it came on this past Thursday. It was the season premiere. I'm going to give you guys a recap, but what I do want to say first and foremost, and this is strictly my opinion, is that for sure this first episode was extremely scripted, like beyond belief to me. And if you guys can't watch it, like if you don't have cable or whatever the case may be, I'm going to recommend, this is not sponsored, but this is what we are using. It's called Philo, something to that effect. You can get it on your TV, also on your phone. I think you have to have a Roku to have it, but you can check it out. It's like $20 a month, and that's what we're using. And we can pick up MTV, WeTV, TLC, all the shows that I watch. So it's a lot cheaper than DirecTV, Dish Network. Anyways, I do realize that a lot of reality TV is scripted. Like, I understand that. Snooki has talked about that before. A lot of reality TV stars has talked about the fact that, like, if you do something and they don't catch it, they'll have you redo it, or production will bring up conversations for you to have just to make the show more interesting. And I think this season premiere, the first episode, was more than that. I think they said, this is what we want. We want it to look like you and Josh are having problems. We want you to make him sleep outside. Like, I think they are basically actors and actresses at this point, because it did not even make sense to me, you guys. So we know Mama June family crisis left off with Mama June and Gino completing rehab. They went to Banyan and they were leaving rehab, and it showed them leaving rehab. We also know that Pumpkin and her husband Josh and Alana and Tink Tink had to move because allegedly some drug dealers were looking for Mama June, and in turn, because Mama June was nowhere to be found, they had been stalking out Pumpkin's home. So Pumpkin and her husband Josh bought a home somewhere else in Georgia, and they were not even giving their address to Mama June. So that's where it starts out, you guys. It starts out showing us Pumpkin and Josh's new home. It is a nice brick house. Looks like it's in some sort of little subdivision. But it immediately starts out that Josh is working in another state. It seems like maybe shutdowns or something to that effect. Construction work. I don't know. But it starts out with Pumpkin talking about how it's been a struggle for her to take care of 2 children while Josh is away and her not having her mom. And that Josh is coming home for the weekend, but they have been fighting a lot, and she was assuming that they would be fighting when he came home. Now, she said she was going to make dinner because he was coming home, so she does that, but Josh comes home a couple hours later than what she expected, so she made him sleep outside. He comes in, she says, "You're late, you can go outside." So this man, after working all week, out of state, probably sleeping in a hotel, driving hours home, she put him outside on the porch. Sleeping bag, here you go, here's your plate, sleep out there. It shows him outside tossing and turning. Finally, the next morning, Honey Boo Boo lets him in because she did not know that he actually slept out there. They end up getting into it again, where he leaves to go back to work after only being home not even a day. We then get to see Mama June, who is in her 2-piece bathing suit, talking about how she has gained some healthy COVID weight. Gino walks in and he also has put on some weight as well. Now, they are living in a home in Florida that they said a friend hooked them up with. It is a nice little home. It has a pool in the backyard that has a fence around it. They go out back, and Mama June tells us that while her and Gino are doing so much better, that she has not spoken to her girls in almost a year. She makes an attempt to call Pumpkin, but it goes straight to voicemail. She leaves a message telling Pumpkin, "Hey, it's me. We're doing better. I would really like to see y'all or talk to y'all." Pumpkin refuses to answer the phone for Mama June throughout this whole episode. Mama June continuously talks to her boyfriend Gino about it. At one scene, her and Gino are meditating out by the beach, and Gino is really into his meditation, and Mama June just keeps bringing up the fact that she wants to see her daughters and that she's doing all of this, for them and for her as well, so she can, get back in their lives, and that they are just not accepting that. And he explains to her that it's going to take some time to rebuild that, and he eventually moves his meditation pad a little bit further down the beach so he can actually meditate, while Mama June once again tries to call Pumpkin to no avail because she does not answer. Mama June ends up talking to her therapist, and her therapist basically tells her the same thing as Gino, is you can just not expect them to believe that you are sober, to believe that you have changed because so much trust was lost. Maybe back away a little bit, and eventually after time, everything can come back together. So after she gets off the Zoom call with her therapist, she pulls her phone out and calls again and tells Pumpkin, look, I just spoke to my therapist and my therapist said maybe I should back off, but I just want you guys to know that we're doing so much better and we do want to fix that relationship. Back over to Pumpkin. Pumpkin is going to a photo shoot for her sister. Jessica has had the same surgery that Mama June has, it appears, and she has lost a lot of weight. Jessica does come on camera on a confessional basically saying that the camera stuff has never been for me. I've always been shy. I've never wanted to be on the spotlight. I've never wanted to be on TV. But I've really been struggling financially lately, so I just kind of bit the bullet. I had this surgery, and I'm going to really kind of put myself out there to start trying to make some money off the situation that my sister and my mom is in. Because when it comes down to it, Jessica used to be on the show really back in the day when she was younger and she lived with Mama June. But since she's got older, she's kind of shied away from it because, like she said, it's never really been her thing. When she could have kind of rode the train with Pumpkin, you know, she could have kind of stayed in it, made a little bit of money here and there. Probably not a lot, but she really pulled away from it. But now she says that she is going to do everything that she can to kind of put herself out there to get brand deals, endorsement deals. She has Gina as her manager. The same lady that manages Mama June, Jennifer, Honey Boo Boo, Pumpkin, is now Jessica's manager as well. So Jessica has lost this weight through this surgery, and she is doing a photo shoot that Pumpkin, Alana, and Dodo go to show their support. At the photo shoot, she does look really pretty, you guys. She's showing her body off in a little crop top. She's taking some pictures. At the end, Honey Boo Boo, Pumpkin, and Dodo do get in the picture and take a family picture. Afterwards, they are leaving the set, and Jessica tells Pumpkin that she needs a favor. She tells Pumpkin that she does not have a place to live because her landlord raised the rent on her and that she cannot afford it, so she needs a place to live for just a little bit. Pumpkin in her confessional says basically that she's there by herself anyways, outside of Alana and Tink Tink, because Josh is gone all the time. And considering that Josh is gone all the time, she doesn't really feel that she has to consult with Josh when making this decision. So she tells Jessica, yes, you can move in. Jessica tells her that she will help her with Tink Tink and Honey Boo Boo, that she'll help take care of them and she'll babysit, whatever. Because Pumpkin does talk about how it's been really hard on her. So Jessica says, look, I'll do what I can. I'll help you with the kids and we'll make it work. Pumpkin tells her, you know, you're going to have to take the couch. She's like, that's fine. Well, Jessica moves in, and here once again is where I think scripting is coming in. Because according to what they're showing us, Jessica moves in and Josh comes home from work not knowing that Jessica is living there. He comes in and it appears to be late at night because Jessica is on the couch. It's dark. So he opens the door and he sees someone laying on the couch. Now, I don't know why he would assume that this was Jessica. It could have been Honey Boo Boo. You just don't know. Why are you assuming that your wife is on the couch and not maybe this teenager who probably likes to sleep everywhere, you know? So he assumes that it's his wife, and I have to give it to him. It was just the funniest scene on the whole episode, because he throws his leg up on the couch and then slides it on the couch. And he's like, hey there, honey. And he goes to move the blanket. And it's Jessica. So she's like, what are you doing? And he's like, whoa, what are you doing? So then everybody comes walking out from the back. Tink Tink's in a little tutu, so it's clear that it's not like actual nighttime, because Honey Boo Boo is like wearing regular clothes. Pumpkin is wearing regular. Nobody's in night clothes. Tink Tink's not in night clothes. They come running from the back like they were waiting for this to happen almost. So he's like, what the heck is going on here? And she says, oh, well, you know, Jessica's here. And then he says, like, what is all the stuff on the couch with Jessica? Jessica says, oh, that's my stuff. I moved in. And he's like, you moved in? And then Jessica realizes that Pumpkin did not consult with Josh and that he is shocked by her moving in. So he calls Pumpkin outside and says that they need to talk. They end up talking about this. And he basically says, like, look, we've changed. There's been a lot going on. And she says, you know, you're not here. She has a lot of anger towards Josh over the fact that he is not there anymore. And he reminds her, you know, that the reason he's not there is because he had to take a job out of town to pay for this home that they have, and that he blames that on her mom. You know, he's like, look, if your mom wouldn't have put us in the situation that she put us in, we could be back in our apartment where we could afford that, but we had to buy a house. He's like, I had to take this job and it's not my fault, but I'm doing the best that I can. He's like, I know, it's hard for you, but I'm willing to do whatever because I don't want to end up with us divorced. At one point, it goes back inside where it shows Honey Boo Boo talking to Jessica, and Honey Boo Boo says, I don't know what's going to happen if they get a divorce, because there's no way that Pumpkin could take care of me and Ella if she was single, if she was divorced. And she says that she's gotten close to Josh, that Josh is like a dad figure for her, so she cares about him, and she would not want to see Pumpkin and Josh split up and get a divorce. And Jessica tells her, it's not going to happen, but if for some reason it was to happen, that they would all band together as a family and that they would make sure that they continued to take care of Honey Boo Boo, that she had nothing to worry about. So that's kind of how it ends, you guys. Josh and Pumpkin kind of talking their problems out, and I feel like this was scripted, them saying that they have problems. I don't really feel, I'm sure they probably have some problems. Every family has some problems, but the way they made it out, she made Josh sleep outside on the very first night that he come home on the new episode. Then he came home a second time and he left because he got so aggravated. Then the third time he comes home to her sister there, and he calls her outside and they have this conversation. I feel like in the next episode, everything's going to be like hunky-dory again, and they're going to be back to the way they kind of used to be. So I feel like this is probably a little bit of extra drama that was thrown in there by the producers. I do have to hand it to Pumpkin. She lost like 40 pounds and she was looking so good. There was one part where she got dressed up just because she said she needed to feel pretty because she's just momming all the time and she's not getting dressed up anymore. So on one part of the episode, she fixes her hair, she dresses up, and she puts some lipstick on and some makeup on, and she said it was just to make her feel pretty again. So I have to give it to her. She looks so much better with the weight loss. She is trying to eat healthier. She even at one point mentioned Honey Boo Boo, like maybe you should eat healthier. Maybe you should eat some vegetables. And Honey Boo Boo reminded her, no girl, I need some carbs, 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 carbs. So that's where it left off. Mama June saying that she was going to kind of back away from Pumpkin and stop calling her so much because she doesn't want to overdo it. But telling Gino that she really wanted to work this relationship out and get to see her daughters. I will be watching the next episode next Thursday and giving you guys another update. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you can't watch the show and you want updates, or if you can watch the show and you just want to see what I have to say about it. Subscribe to the channel, give this video a big thumbs up, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye, everyone.